Hi, Valerie.
Hello, Vova. So, hello everyone. We started our regular public Dev.Experience tickets triage. So, Vova prepared some lists for today and we can start.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Yeah, sorry. Okay, this ticket about IPv6 protocol, it's supported to use 45 characters, and this is the main problem why we have the issue with lengths when we try to save sales order and queue and to queue tables. Because in our schema we have the declarations that varchars 2 and it's supported for IP4 addresses, but for IP6 it's
Yes, it looks like common issue. So, could you scroll? Do we have some comment?
we have the fix for it.
Could you open original issue? So, what is destination? So it's 2.4 develop. So looks like we already have fixed. So yes, it's bug because for IP version 6 we need more length fields. So let's link PR. Maybe it's already linked, so it should not be ready for development. Like should be fixed with PR, which Svizio provided in comment.
The pull request is already linked.
Great. So maybe we can keep some comment like should be fixed in. Could you open show comment from Svizim? Maybe he already write this.
Yeah.
Fix it, but not merged yet. Should be fixed. Okay, we can say yes. We're waiting for merging of.
Yeah, but we should set selecting priority for this issue.
Let's keep P3 as 3 because it's not some blocker. According to our policy, it's P3 S3, and I'm not sure that it's so important and so usable feature like remote IP with IP version 6, especially if we already have fix. So I believe it will be delivered and fixed in the near future. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we need to assign these tickets on somebody, like to avoiding that somebody can assign this ticket and start work?
I think it's not pretty important, but yeah, we can assign Igor's visit to this issue. Because he's the author of the pull request.
Maybe we need to provide description ticket, assign it to Igor Svizi because he
Yes,
has PR.
I think it's overhead. We already have few links to the pull request in the title, in the description, and everywhere.
Okay.
Next ticket. Swagger custom attributes is string, but not all attributes allow string. So contributor tried to pass a string 1 to 3 with right instant category IDs as the value by our REST API, but he received the error that the type should be array of the integer values, but he passed int values.
Do we
So
have some additional comments, like confirmation? It's not, it's related, yes, it was REST call. So, looks like we need to check Swagger, because according to error message, we need to put array of int value, but not string.
yeah.
So
Like
how it's work now? But maybe we have mistake in Swagger. It's a little bit strange because Swagger is auto generated based on declaration of our API.
But API for value, as I know, has a declaration of mixed type. Maybe in this case, he don't, Swagger don't know what exactly type is and just pass a string as default one. As I know, Swagger have some issue with it because I already saw some issues when we have the mixed type and Swagger shows some weird type as declared because Swagger don't know anything about mixed.
So looks like it's not bug. We can recommend to try to put array of integer value instead of string and
I think
close this issue.
sorry for interruption. It's a bug because if Swagger shows that we need to use string, but in real world we need to use array of integer values, it's a bug, and we should need to fix Swagger or do something with that because Swagger is our internal tool.
But maybe makes sense to create separate bug, you need to adapt Swagger to understanding mixed values, because I'm not sure that first of all that it will be easy task because mixed it's we cannot predict what is expected when we talk that value is mixed.
Yeah, but currently we don't discuss how hard will be fixed the issue. Currently we discuss is the issue important or not? In this perspective, this issue is valid because as contributor provided mentioned that Swagger shows that value should be a string. So we have this bug, and it's real bug, and in general, contributors say that bug in Swagger, not in our implementation, and yeah, we should decide about exactly this bug with the Swagger.
Sorry, maybe I missed it. According to this description, it's mentioned that it's bug in Swagger, or is it bug in our product API? So if it is bug in Swagger, yes, we can keep it. If it's
first of all, the contributor provides information about that. He tried to go through our documentation, so the Swagger documentation, and pass string as well.
So that's I told that is not bug. According to this step to reproducing, you should not put string as value. So expected result, you should not.
It's a really tricky question because our documentation currently saying that we should pass string.
Yes, so issue with documentation, but not with these steps.
It doesn't matter. Our documentation should go along with our implementation. And if our documentation says something, it means that we should follow these steps.
Let's imagine that somebody pick up this ticket. So, for example, I would like to fix this issue. It's confirmed we have some priority. What I see, I need to send string, expected result, it should work. So this guy who will pick up this ticket will try to fix issue that you should work with string according to description. So maybe we can keep this issue, but need to change description and provide that you should not fix this case. You should fix Swagger, but not like it's described in topic.
Yeah, I agree that we should change the description of this issue. Yeah, but let's prioritize this issue due to our understanding that we need to fix a Swagger instead of our implementation.
So if you talk about fixing of Swagger, for me it's like severity 2, because I'm not sure about priority P2 or P3, but severity is 2 because a lot of guys open Swagger and use this like source of trust, and you should spend a lot of time for investigation. What is the issue? Do I have issue with my code? Do I have issue with Magenta code? Or maybe it's issue with documentation. So it's a lot of developer will read this documentation, and I believe that we have a lot of another very familiar cases when type is mixed. But about priority, I'm not sure what is your opinion. It's P2 or P3? Maybe CJPA can help us.
From my point of view, it's P3 because yeah, it's important, but we have the really clear description where we say that police pass array of integer. And
yes, Ari.
if
Yes,
developer
correct.
try first to pass string, and he will see the clear error message. After that, he will try to use array of ints, and everything will be okay. So I think we can.
Agree. Yes, I agree. Yes, because we have a good error message. Agree.
Okay, and I will mark this issue that I need to change the description. Description. Okay, let's go to the next one. Running bin Magenta setup upgrade to enable layout, block HTML, and full page caches. Step to reproduce, let's disable cache by our command for blocks, full page, and layout. After that, run upgrade, and we will see that cache will be enabled again.
So I see that maybe most issue related is mostly to development or some staging server, because if you talk about production, you should have enabled cache. So there should not be issue if I upgrade on production server. After that, I still have enabled cache. So it's preference table. So for production, it should not be big issue, but it could be some issue for debugging if I am working on staging. So I disable all of caches for debugging, make upgrade. After that, I need re-update, disable these caches. So first of all, we have workaround. Yes, you need manually to disable all of caches. What do you need? Also, for me, it's not related to production. I don't know, maybe somebody use production with disabled cache, but it's a little bit strange situation. So that's why
Yeah, this
I'm
issue
also.
it has a lot of likes, but I'm also don't understand the reason of it because yeah, first of all, we have the workaround, and yeah, if we do upgrade, we can do after that disable cache again. I don't think this is a big problem.
So my initial opinion was like P4 as severity 4, but we have some likes, so that means that issue is really annoying for our developers. So let's increase priority like P3 as 3. So if there are was not any likes. My opinion, it's P4 is 4, but only that we have some likes on this issue.
Okay, let's set P3. Maybe, I don't know, I will leave the comment with the recording to this ticket, and maybe someone who set a like for this issue will be tracked with additional information, maybe.
By the way, could you show comment? Maybe we have explanation, some real situation. Why is it important? A second. It just asks desired behavior, some proposal about so for me, it's yes. If you had disabled cache, this cache should be disabled after updating. The same with enabling. So for me, it's some logical, predictable.
Yeah, it's about, but.
So, do we have there are some final resolution how it should work? I mean, in command. We have some questions, but maybe we need to provide answer like, yes, we agree that it's bug, and desired state, its cache should be in the same state as it was before upgrading.
Yeah. As it was set manually.
Maybe we have some restriction from Magento side. That's why it's implemented in this way. It's hard to know without submerging in code. But if we look on these issues, it's more logical to have the same state.
Yeah, and currently we have the pull request for this issue, and if it fixes the problem, and also we can see the patch for that, so I don't think that it's some Magento restriction and hard to implement.
It's a little bit hard for testing because you should test upgrade, and you should test that upgrade was without any errors. So for me, it's a little bit complicated issue just because there are you should test this locally because our deployer does not support testing of upgrades. So there should be good manual testing.
Okay, let's go to the next ticket.
I don't know, maybe we can make some notice for Sergey Jepa, like pay attention, there should be more deep testing that we have in another issue.
Guys, please leave it as a comment because it's not only for me personally who will work on testing all issues in GitHub, but the comment will help, each person who will work.
So the issue require or should be tested manually, should be tested upgrade. Now we are working on some tools which will help us to work with this issue, but functionality is under development. Great.
Okay. 7. Duplicate name while adding indexes and constraints in DB schema. So yeah, we create some database schema.
So
And after
primary key is entity ID. Just a second. Primary key is entity ID, and initial state we have one more index with identifier reference ID. Okay.
Primary key is not important in this situation.
And second, what was changed?
We add additional constraint unique.
I'm sorry, could you show on one screen first block? Yes.
They're the same, just added one constraint.
Just let's check. Yes, looks like it's the same. So, and what is error? What is proposal? Indexes are created and we have duplicate. So basically Magento is unable to generate a unique name for index in the constraint. Okay, and we have some issue reference in these tickets. Could you also open the issue?
This issue related to DB schema file test. We enabled this file, but yeah.
It looks like a big proposal according to our DB scheme. Okay, I think there are need more time for understanding what is proposal of this issue. So let's back to our.
Yeah, I think we need to jump more deeply into this issue.
It's because it looks like we can. For me, it's main concern that we try to create index and constraint on the same field. So we are constrained by constraint. You can create primary key or unique key, but it's index. If you use constraint, you already create index like primary. If you use constraint, you already have index like unique. But in this case, we try to create one more index on the same field. As a result, you will have two index in the table. One of them will be just simple index, B3 index, and second it will be Unix index. Yes, looks like it's bug. Maybe Magento does not know, doesn't support after generation for constraint and for index. But if you talk about real life, for me it's hard to imagine some situation when you need index and unique index on the same field. It looks like you try to do something bad in your configuration.
I have two points to discuss. First one, MySQL and InnoDB, in general, engines that we use in this situation support this behavior. So we also, as a client, should support this behavior. It's a first
yes. It's absolutely, it's clear. It's issue that we cannot provide.
The second point, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm wrong, but in this declaration, maybe contributor want to upgrade the schema. So what happens here is doesn't matter. Previously, index was not unique. Currently, he want to make this index unique, but he can't override this.
But no, if you would like to upgrade, if I'm not mistaken, need to check our documentation, you should remove first declaration, because in final declaration you have declared two fields. If you would like to override, like I would like to have some another index with the same name, for example, it was simple index, B3 index, and I would like to introduce unique index, but with the same name. In this case, you should remove index declaration. Honestly, I don't remember syntaxes, but you should provide all index disable true. It should be attribute disable, or you need just remove this field. But in this declaration, you have two indexes.
Do we have some options to remove old index?
Yes, you should remove this from declaration.
How you can remove? If you did it from, if you do it from your model, you want to update the schema that declared in another model. the XML will be measured. So let's look to this schema, to this declaration, like the measured XML after the measured all declaration in all modules for this table.
But okay, if even it will be merged, it first of all it leads to strange situation when you will have two index on one field, one unique index and another B3 index. Yes, I agree that it's bug that we need to have after generation.
The possibility to remove old index.
Yes, absolutely sure that yes, because it's a pretty common situation. So, just a second. For example, drop. You should provide. It's from documentation. You should redeclare it with the disable attribute set to true.
Okay.
So for me, I agree that is bug. We have issues after key generation, but for me it's P4, severity 4, because honestly I cannot imagine case from real life when you need, for example, primary or unique key and the index on the same column because it's already indexed. Moreover, if you have the situation, looks like you have some issue with architecture of your DB, of your table.
Yeah, I think in this case, contributor didn't know about the disable functionality of previous of old index, and that's the reason why he tried just to add additional index in this case.
We can clarify it, but if how would you describe it? It's P4 S4.
Okay, we have just 1 minute to end.
Let's check one more final bug and
maybe let's do it in the next meeting.
Okay, as you wish. So, okay.
Okay, stop sharing. Thank you, Valery.
You forgot to say thank you для всех, for all of our visitors.
Oh, yeah, I missed it. Thank you guys for coming.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. My pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.